gets devoted. Basically, what I'll be running through is my trade that I took on December 21st. It was a trade that I took on Apple. It was a put order that I did go ahead and take action on. As far as this trade right here, it did go decently well. I was able to go ahead and leave, as you see on the screen right here, with a profit of $157.95. Not too bad. With a couple of buys that I did go ahead and take. Um, as you see on the screen, did a couple buys, went ahead and sold, did another buy, sold again, and we were able to go ahead and leave with our right here, December 21st. Left at like 10:10, which basically uh, I like a little over half an hour of trading. Not too shabby. A little over half an hour. Left like 157.95. I'll take it. So basically, as far as like the rundown of my analysis of why I took the trade, we're gonna go ahead and look into my chart is on screen. Basically, what we have here is the 4 hour time frame open on the TD Ameritrade platform. This is my go-to as far as doing my technical analysis. Um, Looking on screen, this slot right here, this is going to be December 21st. Before it go ahead, before market open, basically what I was looking at as far as like my reasoning of why I decided to go for a put order. I was basically looking for a price to go ahead and drop. Um, for those that don't know of like a why, what is a call and a put order? So put orders is basically you're looking for a price to go ahead and drop. And my reasoning as to why I thought price was going to drop is basically on the 4 hour we were able to go ahead and see that price was in a downtrend. As you see on screen here, price was in a downtrend. Um, Besides that, we did go ahead and break our 9-day EMA line right here. Besides that, we did go ahead and break a major level of support. Those were my different things that I saw as far as confirmation on the 4 hour. As I go ahead and zoom down tighter, and while I go ahead, before I do that, I want to go ahead and let you know that as far as my go-to as far as for time frames, I like using the 4 hour. Down from there, I'll be using the 5 minute, and those are like my two for as far as technical analysis. I do use the 1 minute sometimes, but mainly I'm on the 4 hour and 5 minute. And then for like the 1 minute, I'll go ahead and use that for like my during trading session. All right, so back to my analysis. So basically, on the 5 minute, let's go ahead and take this off real quick. So basically, um, on the 5 minute right now, it is very similar to as far as like my 4 hour time frame, as far as having my support and resistance areas marked. Um, on like the 5 minute, I'm going to have them marked with these red lines as you see on screen. Um, as far as my 4 hour, I'm going to have them marked with these horizontal shaded, I guess you could call rectangles. All right, but back to my 5 minute. So basically, as far as what confirmations I saw on the 5 minute, we were able to see on the before the 21st, we had our previous trading session, which was on the 18th, the Friday. We were able to see that price did go ahead and break a major level of support. And while I go ahead and bring up a breaking level of support, I'm going to go ahead and let you know that as far as when it comes down to trading, when a level is being broken, that level usually goes into uh, a role reversal. Basically, once that level is broken, it is usually turned into like the opposite. So basically, we had this level of support being broken, and as you see during pre-market, it was used as a level of resistance. Um, Besides that, I just want to go ahead and just throw in there as far as like I like to go ahead and trade with what makes sense. And so far, I've shown you what on the 4 hour time frame what made sense to me as far as what price was doing and what was showing me that price was most likely to continue to go ahead and drop. Like as I've shown you so far on the 5 minute time frame, those are things so far that have shown me that price is going to drop even more. Um, as we already covered, price did go ahead and use that previous support that was broken. Now it is a resistance, as clearly shown here. Went ahead and bounced off that resistance, broke through these levels right here. And the same thing, as far as levels being broken, what usually happens is we have role reversal that happens. These level of support that was broken, now they could go ahead and turn into levels of resistance. Uh, so basically, we could go ahead and look forward to price usually doing a little maneuver just like this, because as we know, as far as trading stocks, they usually just don't go ahead and head in one direction like for long. They usually go ahead and hit one direction and then bomb. It's kind of like this pattern right here that we have on screen. So back to what I was saying, as far as these levels being broken, these support levels being broken, most likely is going to be used as new resistance levels. We did go ahead and see that this first level was used very nicely as a resistance level. There was not a break. Let's go ahead and just remove this. Take this off screen. Let's go and take this off screen. Um, Back to what I was saying, as far as it was nicely tested. There was no break. Closer to market open, we did go ahead and have a test of this level of resistance as well as this one too. But as you see, it buyers who tried to go ahead and push past those levels, but sellers did come in at the end and was able to overcome, and price was not able to go ahead and close above this level of resistance. And that was just more confirmation as to far as why I chose to think that price was going to drop down. Now, fast forward to as far as what was my game plan. Let's go ahead and go to my favorite time frame, or I wouldn't say my favorite, but just like my time frame that I like to go ahead and trade on. Um, zoom in. My whole plan was that I was going to enter as soon as market opened, which I did. Uh, my main thing when I do go into trades, um, I want to make sure that I have everything planned. Try to plan everything out to the T. Have like your most important components as far as knowing where you want to enter, knowing where you want to leave if the trade isn't going your way. So having a stop loss set, and then I guess lastly having a take profit or take profit levels at that. So basically for this trade I have today, take profit is going to be at this green line right here. My stop loss is going to be at this line right here. Reason being, clearly, as we can see on the 5 minute time frame, we had this level or levels being tested clearly right here. That's my main reason for having this level being my stop loss. Let's go back. So as far as like my take profits, I did go ahead and draw out my take profits using the 5 minute time frame. Go ahead and zoom out and show you. Let's go back to the 5 minute. So I did go ahead and use these levels right here as far as knowing where price may go ahead and drop. And my whole plan was that in a best case scenario, we'll go ahead and look for price to go ahead and drop down to this major level of support that is seen on the 4 hour. But as we should already know, or at least we want to go ahead and keep in mind, is that things don't happen in your favor. Market is not going to move the way you want it to. So even though my plan was for price to go ahead and drop to like this major area of support, it doesn't have to. And that's where we have to be prepared to, as far as once we see price going for these levels of support, we want to go ahead and monitor it very closely and know, depending on how candles go ahead and react to those levels, that is depending on if we want to go ahead and sell at that point. And my go-to strategy at this moment is that I'll go ahead and there we go. So basically, like my go-to strategy at the moment is I'll go ahead and sell majority of my position once it hits like probably like my first line, like right here. I'll sell majority of my position, and depending on how it reacts, which at this point I already have like majority of my position sold right here, and we'll hold and see how price managed to go ahead and react with these levels. Um, but yeah, the main thing is to be really conservative, and that's basically what I did in this trade. Was to be conservative as far as having your three things that you should always do for your trades is to know where your stop loss is, which I already told you is right here is for me on this trade, knowing where your entry is and knowing where your take profit levels is. Okay, so I already have my major things or my points of as far as my take profit, my entry, and my stop loss. I have all those already set even before the market opens. So as far as what happened during the trading session, I'll go ahead and fast forward to 10 minutes after market open. There we go. So as we see here on a 1 minute time frame, we do see a very nice push up to the upside. As we see down here on our RSI, we can clearly see that it has hit a level of being overbought. Um, just a sign as far as like what I saw of another reason as far as why I decided to go ahead and place my stop loss here, because once it went to like this level, it hit that level on the RSI of being overbought, and basically now we're just waiting for price to go ahead and drop, which I'll go ahead and fast forward another 10 minutes. So we're at like 9:50, waiting for it to load. But all right, now beautifully done as far as my analysis. Like I said, we did have like that stop loss set right here. Price did go towards it. It wasn't able to break. Went ahead and dropped beautifully. Let's go ahead and fast forward another 10 minutes. So now we're at 10 o'clock, half an hour after market open. Now price is at this level right here. Let's go ahead and nope, it did not go ahead and go. So let's try this again, and let's actually go for like 10:30. So as we see here, beautifully executed as far as my trading plan. We did see price go ahead and melt down all the way to that first take profit level, which went ahead and sold majority of my position. Was looking for price to go ahead and melt even more, but as time went on, it didn't seem like that would have been the case. Let's go ahead and go down to like 11 o'clock. So, yep, as we already discussed before, being like really conservative as far as we would like price to go ahead and, or at least for me, I wanted price to go ahead and melt down towards this major area of support seen on the 4 hour. But like I said before, market doesn't go ahead and move the way that you want it to. And that's where we have to be very conservative and we have to watch how price go ahead and reacts to these level of support, which as we've seen went down, did go ahead and break, but as we've seen, found a nice line of support right here and started to go ahead and go right back up. And that's where it's basically that would have sold majority of my position or my leftover position at that area.